al-Ridwan is the pledge taken by the Prophet Muhammad from his companions under a tree at Hudaybiya in the year of 628 to fight the Quraysh tribe in Mecca in case of necessity. At the place called Hudaybiya, Muslims were planning to have some interaction through peaceful and diplomatic means with the Quraysh, the leading tribe in Mecca, for the first time. The Prophet Muhammad clearly stated that they didn't come to fight with anyone, and they have undertaken this journey in order to circumambulate the Kaaba, turn around the Kaaba. Their intention was not a fight, but only worship. And that's why they only took their small daggers with them in order to protect themselves from wild animals. 1,400 Muslims were walking towards Mecca. They took every precaution that no living being would be hurt. The caravan didn't disturb the people of the lands that they passed through. They didn't confiscate anyone's property, and even the plantations were left untouched. The Prophet Muhammad chose Uthman bin Affan among his companions and sent him to Mecca. He wanted to make clear once again that their intention was not war, and that they had come with the intention of Umrah, that would be minor or lesser pilgrimage. Uthman visited every single one of the leading men of the Quraysh and said, "The Muslims are not coming to fight. They come with sacrificial animals, with only the intention of doing Umrah. And the Prophet wanted me to tell you that they will return after they had offered these animals in sacrifice." The people of Quraysh were not able to banish Uthman altogether and said to him, "You can come by yourself and circumambulate the Kaaba if you'd like." But he answered, "I will not visit the house of Allah unless the Prophet does," thus refusing their offer. Osman's efforts continued for 3 whole days in Mecca. On the other hand, the Muslims at Hudaybiya were worried about Uthman, who had gone as envoy and had not come back. Several companions came to the Prophet Muhammad and expressed that they secretly want to go to the Kaaba, and the Prophet had given them permission upon their insistence. These 10 companions were taken prisoner by the Quraysh. When the news that Uthman had been killed along with 10 other companions on their way back reached the Prophet Muhammad, and he said, "It seems that we will not be able to leave this place without fighting the Quraysh," asking his companions to take a pledge. He sat under a tree called Ridwan and said, "Allah the Almighty orders you to swear allegiance to me." The companions started to swear allegiance to the Prophet Muhammad one by one, saying that they will not stay away from the battlefield when the fight is necessary, when the war becomes inevitable. At one point, the Prophet lifted one of his hands and took the other in lieu of Osman's and said that Osman had also taken the pledge. Before long, news would come and Muslims would discover that the intelligence about Uthman and the 10 other companions being murdered was false, and therefore the Muslims would rejoice.